What's going on, everybody? My name's Crypto Core. I want to thank you for joining me. We're just going to do a quick video. I don't have a lot to really say, just some speculation and some excitement that I hope you are also getting excited for. I don't really have the time to research. I'm still in the middle of my studies. You can actually see how horrible my desk is behind me with my tablet and my books and stuff for my studies. But you know, we had, if you would like the link, I'll put a link in the description below since I'm not doing this with my mobile. But there's a new app, and I urge you to subscribe. It's called the Veve Show, and there's this guy who, I kid you not, I'll just without playing it. It's, see if I can pull up on the. Yeah, it's called the Veve Show. So basically, as of right now, it starts off with Batman and Robin, and they're on the hunt for a grail for the Walt Disney statue, and then they go to meet up with Cavell Anderson, I guess, and Cavell Anderson, you know, lets them know where to get it and stuff, and I think it's hilarious. But this brings me to something. This is all speculation. Here, I know I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna bring me up so we'll actually be able to talk this way. So this is my speculation. So in the metaverses in the future, let's just say that you're able to take some of these collectibles, maybe not the ones that we see now, but maybe future collectibles. We'll have Disney avatars, DC avatars, but in a metaverse, we will be running around with avatars. Imagine you being hired as a actor, a digital NFT metaverse actor, where you get to be Spider-Man 140, or you get to be the C-3PO 872 or something. You know, like your number and who you are, your identity of your NFT is completely solidified. That's who you are. You own it. That is you. Now you also have your own personal voice, and we have technology, obviously. Imagine being hired to act in a digital world. So imagine someone's filming in a digital space, and you, as one of these characters like Spider-Man or something, have to sit there, use your own voice, and use your own commands on your computer or whatever in order to act out scenes that are being recorded inside of the metaverse. I think this is the craziest, most awesome thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I never even knew that this could be a potential possibility just because I've never looked at it. So yeah, if you can, go to the Veve Show. It's on YouTube, and watch the first video. It's about 5.5 minutes long, and it's really, really awesome. Next thing, I just want to kind of talk about real quick, and I'll bring you down in the corner, and I'll bring up our OMI token real quick. First, we got to go to Trading View. So I've been looking at the charts, and I've just got something I want to say about the OMI token. Now, we're going to zoom out real quick, and we're going to look at the entire history, recorded history of Veve. I've got it up here. So this bottom yellow line right here is what I'm calling rock bottom. Now you can see it did right here dip below, and right here it did dip below just for a brief moment. But I decided to put this rock bottom at after the start of the company. It hit right around here at the 0.0018. So that's what I'm considering to be rock bottom. So anything, and we'll go ahead and zoom back into what we've got now. So anything that is in this zone right here, I would consider to be 100% a buy. The reason is it can't go much lower without completely just failing as a token. So I don't think it's going to fail. I think this is a good future project. I think it's brand new. I think it doesn't have a lot of hype around the OMI token, even though the NFTs themselves are being hyped. But the NFTs aren't currently connected to the OMI token, although we are burning. So we are burning OMI. But the average person really doesn't necessarily understand that. They're not from a crypto side, or even if they know a little bit about crypto, they might just know enough to buy and sell Shiba Inu, or, you know, Bitcoin, or, you know, like they might know the major coins, they might know a meme coin, but they don't necessarily know some of these these startup companies and these early token sales and stuff, or not sale, but early tokens that are available for you to buy. So just real quick, what you can see is I've got this downward channel that's been going on for a good while now, and a lot of people have been really scared, and there's a lot of FUD in the market, and there's still a lot of FUD going on. But as you can see, we had this really hardcore drop that hit right at the point 0022, and it looked like it was going to bounce from there because you would think it would be like a trampoline where you get a good hard bounce. But we're still in a down cycle economically speaking. We are having some recovery in the crypto markets. I would imagine something like this would come a little bit later because first people are going to throw their money into Bitcoin, they're going to throw it into the major altcoins, and then after that they're going to start trickling down to the smaller, riskier altcoin investments. And I don't mean risky as they're bad, I mean risky as they're just extremely volatile. And we don't know much about them. There's not a lot of history with the projects like OMI, not a lot of history on the token itself. But when we look at this, what we're seeing here, and you have to forgive me, this is a 4-hour chart. I've got the resistance line, this downward trend of resistance that I drew. I would probably say, where was it? I drew it right here. So that would be on the 22nd. So I drew this yesterday, and this line that comes down, I decided I was going to pay attention to the price of OMI during the AMA that they had. So during the AMA, well, how about this? Leading up to the AMA, we had a run up. So prior to the video of the AMA, we had this big run up, and then here's during the actual video itself. So during the video, even right before the start of the video, the market's been dropping a good bit. Now, not a good bit in the grand, like in this immediate first few days. We're really trading sideways right now over the last few days. We're not really in a downward pattern at the current moment. But, you know, we had a nice little downtick after that, and we're hovering now lower, which still is right at this support line. And you know, it's looking like we're going to test again here. So let's see if we can't zoom in. Now, this is completely hypothetical. I'm not a real big fan of going into the 5-minute charts and things like that. But what I see here is we made it back above. We tested. We tried to rally. Nothing came of it. These are some probably big buys, but the bullish volume wasn't what we really needed. There you see there's a lot of volume right here. And this volume is bullish momentum, but you can see that they're just wicked. So this was a lot of bullish momentum that ended up having a lot of bears kind of come in and tackle this little pump that was going to happen. Then the bears took over, and then now we're seeing this would be a little bit more of a substantial. Now this is just this morning, but it's a little bit more of a substantial volume. This is multiple purchases probably. This isn't necessarily one big purchase, but what I'm seeing now is we're testing this support line right here, and we'll zoom back out. But we're testing this support line. Let's get out of the 5-minute. Let's go back to the daily chart. Oh, all crazy now. But yeah, so we have not broken through this resistance yet. Now, if we do break this resistance, I'm looking to accumulate. I mean, fully accumulate. So this is my assumption. Let's say you've got this down trend of resistance that's forming, and you've also got a down channel. So imagine like light reflected off of a mirror or bouncing a golf ball while you're playing putt-putt in some place. So typically what will happen is this downward momentum here is going down this way, and you've got this resistance that hits here. Now, most of the time it doesn't hit this resistance and drop through it. Most of the time it doesn't hit the resistance and bounce off of it. It'll hit the resistance and it'll slowly go through, either bullish or bearish, but it goes out, it goes to the right, a little bit more of sideways consolidation, or slightly down or slightly bullish momentum. But you'll typically see that, and then after that happens, you'll start to see some form of a recovery after that. I'm not saying that, you know, we're in for a recovery right now, but I've got my eyes set on somewhere right around in here. So that's between the 0.0028 and 0.0018. So I would like to buy at 0.002 cents. That would be my ideal purchase. But I do know that if the OMI token were to drop down to those levels, that is the lowest, those are the lowest levels that the token's pretty much ever been in. A lot of people are gonna be scared. It's gonna cause a lot of panic in the market, which means that a drop down to these rock bottom prices is probably going to happen fairly quickly, and then it's going to rebound from there. Or just for the people who aren't fanboys and they want to consider both options, the other option would be is that when it goes down to test the rock bottom, that it just breaks through it and the OMI token becomes no more. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, there's so much more to the OMI token. It's brand new than just it pumping or dumping the price of the token. The token's being utilized. It's already being burnt. I know a lot of people have sold out, but you know, when I look at a project like this, I see really good potential, a really good future. They've just had some trouble executing, you know, a few things that they've been wanting to execute in the short term. Now, in the long term, I see this year things like MTL will be here. I think that since the Hero DC hybrid NFT cards will be releasing, you know, here now, basically now in the next few days, I do think you will see some people selling some of their NFTs in Immutable X for the OMI token itself. So I think that once the DC cards are kind of out, although you'll see people probably flood into Ethereum or Immutable X, you will probably see a bounce on the price for the OMI token. And I think because, now not financial advice, but I think because this is an area I'm waiting for, what I'm thinking of, just not financial advice, is the rollout of Amazon and Walmart NFTs for the Hero app. When those are said to be released, and we won't know much until later on today, we have an AMA at 1 o'clock for the Hero app. But I think once that happens, you will see the OMI token flatten out, and hopefully it'll flatten out around the 0.002. But it's probably going to flatten out more likely. Where is that? It's about the 0.0025 is probably about where I'm thinking it's more likely to bottom out. So I would just say anything that is below the 0.0028 is a buy. The price cannot get any lower. Like just think of it this way. You're sitting at less than a cent right now. OMI at its peak right during the Disney drop. I mean, it didn't make it to 1 cent, but I mean, you've quadrupled your money right there from where it's sitting currently, or right around where it's sitting currently, 3 times probably. So if you were to just invest into it right now and the market only recovered to whenever the decon happened and the Disney drops happened, you would 3 times your money. So when I look at things like that, I think that on a long term, as long as I believe in the project, I think it is currently and it will always be a buy at anything under 1 cent. But if you're looking for the best buy opportunity, you're trying to just get in a good single buy, or you're trying to slowly DCA, you should do it right now. Or I'm probably going to wait till about that 0.0025. And I'll tell you this though, if it jumps up and it jumps up above 0.003, I'm just going to go ahead and buy, even if it's going to drop after that. And the reason is just the price is this low. There's just not a reason to not buy it. I mean, unless you just think there's a scam or it's going to completely fail as a project, you can't get prices any better than this. You know, I'll go ahead and drag me back up. I've got to go. I've got a lunch meeting here. But you know, I want to thank you for joining me. You know, this journey that we're on together, and I want you to just relax. Because, you know, there's so many people spreading FUD, there's so many fanboys, there's so many everything. But what you should do is take your emotions, take them out of your brain, set them to the side real quick, take all that emotional worry. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about this as an initial investment into a company, no matter how much money you've spent into it. And you are in this for the long haul because you entered into Veve knowing that there was no cash out and you'd be willing to wait for that cash out. All the people who are funding the project right now, they were upset because they couldn't wait a year for a cash out. They couldn't wait 2 years for a cash out. They couldn't wait 5 years. You know what I mean? Like if we know something's coming and it's a guarantee and the project's doing better, then it doesn't matter how long you wait on a long-term investment, correct? I mean, I guess if you wait 40 years and you're supposed to only do 30 years, yeah, that's an issue. But I see this is going to outperform the stock market. This is going to outperform most of the altcoins that are in existence right now. This, I'm not necessarily saying this is going to be the Cardanos, you know, I don't think it's necessarily going to be this big game-changing token. As of right now, long-term, 10, 15 years down the road, who knows? But for the next few years, I see this being a good, solid investment that is going to sizably increase the percentage of gains in your portfolio. Again, I want to thank you for joining me. Nothing I say is financial advice. My name's Crypto Corey, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good day, y'all.